Well, good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's having a great day today. And we are live. Let me know in the comments below if the sound, of course, and the picture quality and all that. Let's get that stuff out of the way. I want to make sure there's not. I'm upstairs in a hallway, so there's always going to be a little bit of in a. Actually, no, I'm in a hotel room. Sorry, but there's an echo in here. Today, I want to talk to you about basically how I've evolved in Thailand after 7 years. My thoughts, positive or negative. I don't know. We'll just talk about what I've discovered since I've been here for 7 years. I hear Paige in the background. Let's see if we can get Paige to say hello. Hang on just a second. Come say hello. Hey, look, you're not wearing green today.
Yay.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So today on our live stream, I want to talk about being here 7 years and what we have learned basically since we've been here about, I don't know, about life or Thailand or, you know, some deep stuff. Anyway, simple question. Are you still enjoying yourself in Thailand? You see yourself like moving back to America anytime soon or? Okay. So we're still having a pretty good time here, I think, in Thailand. I think I think if you're easy, it's easy. Like if you want things to be difficult or kind of be similar to what you expect, I think it becomes a nightmare here in Thailand, huh? And we've seen that with many friends and people that we've met along the way that it just wasn't, I guess you could say, their cup of tea, and they had to leave. So anyway, we're still enjoying ourselves. We have a couple of trips coming up here pretty quick. We'll talk about it in an upcoming video. I don't want to talk about it right now, but yeah, everybody's saying hello. Today is going to be a subscriber only chat. I think it might make it a little bit easier for Q&A stuff or comments. I think a lot of people are on the fence about subscribing for whatever reason. I'm not really sure. So I didn't fix my hair this morning. But I know probably 50% of our viewers don't subscribe, so I'm not really sure. But if you want to leave a comment today or be part of the live streams, then just all you got to do is click that little subscribe button, and you can say hello, and we might say hello back. Probably be a little bit easier to communicate with you guys because normally we have quite a few people in the chat. It just goes on like random stuff. But anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. What are you doing this morning?
Cleaning and get everything organized for the next trip.
Yeah, we've got some cool stuff coming up. Anyway, I don't want to spoil it. I want to like really bad, but I'm not going to do it. Yeah, we only got a couple of days. So somebody says here, Colleen Radomir, if you check your subscribe, because I've had my subscription undone for some reason and had to resubscribe. Yeah, this is like an ongoing thing with me with YouTube. And I've sent them, like, a lot of you guys have sent me emails and I've forwarded it to them, and they got like nothing to say because I don't think they're really involved too much. I think there's a system that operates YouTube. And yeah, it's happened quite a bit. Really on a daily basis. I'll put a video out and like instantly lose like 25 subscribers. A lot of them will come back the next day, but it's, if you have a lot of positive and, at least you'd have one person say, I'm unsubscribing because you said something that offended me, which probably could happen easily. Anyway, yeah, so What have I learned in Thailand since I have been here? Huh? I got coffee. กินแล้ว I think the one most important thing that I've learned is to be flexible and not think too much. I think that's been my best tool so far. And Paige is drinking milk. Or is that my milk? No. I think a lot of times I analyze too much. I think it's just my mechanical background, because we have to analyze things to fix things. So it's just something I can't seem to. I think I was born with that, but it's all in fun. A lot of times I analyze stuff and try to figure out why. I think it helps me try to deal with the situation. But I've learned that there's a lot of things that you just got to let go. Like you just can't overthink them because it'll ruin your day. Like some things just don't make sense. And a lot of it, I think, is built around the culture here. And it's just hard. It's hard to relate from a place that we've been our entire life to come here and relate to that culture. So I love it here in Thailand. Like I have no thought process of trying to go back into the grind, back into America, Will we ever do that? Who knows? When I quit working, we did the travel trailer thing, and that was a great adventure. It really was fun. Something that we have kicked around doing again. And yeah, I watched some of those videos. I did make some videos on that at the beginning of our YouTube journey. And I was so high strung in those videos. Of course, the quality was horrible, but it was just, it's just a YouTube. Hang on one second. I just wiped my nose with an invisible rag. Hello, Mike. Good to see you. Mike, people have been asking a lot about you. Where have you been? I hope everything is okay. I'm sure you've been busy. But we still have no intention of permanently settling down in Thailand. I think that's what makes it easy for us, that we can, when we get a little bit frustrated about our environment, we just pick up and we go. And it just makes it easy when you're not committed to things, I think. And I try to push that as much as I can. I think it'd be a benefit to you if you come here with the intention of retiring here. I think you should come here with an open mind and just an open palette, like just explore an area. And if you really like the area, then you don't have to stay. Okay, bye. Hang on a second. If you really like the area, just hang out and stay there. But things change in Thailand and the environment change, and there's no reason to get stuck somewhere, be committed to something here in Thailand. Also, I've learned, in our culture, we have to hold on to things. Like we need something permanent, like a long-term lease or a purchase or something that we can say, this is mine and I don't want to go anywhere else, and which is fine. So I think that's instilled in us. So it's difficult to come here and just lease and bounce around. But I think once they get here, if they attempt, like they go to Bangkok, you can get a really nice high-rise condo overlooking the city for half of what you would pay rent anywhere in your own country, I'm sure. And it's fully you don't need anything. You just need your clothes or buy new clothes. You really don't need much, but everything comes furnished. And then, you can bounce to the ocean, or you can go up north. But I've tried to recommend doing that I think throughout the 7 years I've been making videos on this channel, and I want you guys to be successful, when you come here. And I think having an open mind is important because you really need to learn the culture. And the culture is difficult here. It's difficult to understand a lot of things. And then we get irritated because, we expect things to be as we know them. I'm still enjoying my Thai scenario here, living. I call it Thai style. Of course, a lot of people say that's not Thai style because it's not the style that they live in with their Thai family. Like maybe they live in a small village in a non-air conditioned wooden building somewhere on a rice field. To them that's Thai style. But Thailand's pretty big. A lot of people don't live like that. But when I say Thai style, I mean like being part of a family mechanism, where everybody has to work together as a family to make it work. Like I'm enjoying that, and it's stress free for me because basically all I got to do is entertain everybody. I do carry my weight here for sure. If I was a burden or I didn't, I probably for sure wouldn't be able to stay with my mother-in-law. She would definitely want something different. But I'm enjoying it, and really it's easy. It's a benefit for us to just have a place to where we can keep our we don't have too many things, to be honest with you. Some important documents and stuff, that I keep locked up in a safe here. If you come here, it would be wise maybe to have a permanent spot as a residence and then travel around quite a bit. I think a lot of people that watch my channel have the intention of staying here long term. That's pretty much our group of viewers, or people that are interested in a lifestyle change, and maybe in a relationship with a Thai woman, something like on those lines. But if you're with a significant other, you can make their place your permanent residence, kind of like what we did, and just bounce around. It's good for immigration. Speaking of immigration, for me, that's probably the most difficult thing because my livelihood is dependent on them putting a red stamp in my passport. And everything is at the discretion of the officer. So I try to do my best to not put myself in a position of where they would think, should I even let this guy stay here? So it's a little stressful sometimes. And it seems like where I come from, and it's not always the case. You kind of expect this is the way that it's written, that it's supposed to be done. And, if this is your job, you should understand how to do your job, and why are you changing the rules randomly or day to day or person to person. So it gets frustrating, I think, for us because we're dependent on that person. So just like having a home, you become a little bit more, easily irritated if things aren't right in your environment because you're kind of stuck there, because you've anchored in. But I'll say that with the immigration process, that's probably the most. And I don't know why. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't give a crap. We'll go somewhere else. I tell myself when I go there, but it always seems to work out. I went with my mom, and it was a little frustrating for me. I didn't show all my frustrations on the video, because ultimately would have worked out. They had a little discrepancy on the date when her visa started and the time that the money was in the account. So it should have had 2 stamps in the book instead of 1. The 1 stamp was just stamped for 15 months when it should have been a 3-month and then a 12-month. But because I used an agency, that's how it played out. And I was a little concerned about that at first. And, and it was me worrying, and it came true at the end, but it all worked out. The worst case scenario for me, I wasn't going to go across the border and start the process over. We would have just flown to Bangkok, and they would have handled it there. And then next year would have been different, but it's done. And me and my mom both have two accounts, one that we just leave the money in there for the immigration process. And then it just makes our life a little bit easier. But I'll say that's pretty much it. Everything else, I joke around a lot about the environment when we're traveling, about structural stuff, why this and why that, and, don't touch that and watch where you step. I wonder sometimes why they don't fix these things, but I've learned on a serious note that a lot of the provinces, the money comes from central, and they kind of have to bid on certain things, and they have to get approval for stuff. And then, money goes from one end to the other, and how much actually goes to the project, I don't know if that's a typical, government way of doing business thing. It just seems to me sometimes, because I can give you some examples, but I'd probably rather not right here. I can't edit it out later like, oops, I shouldn't have said that. But sometimes I wonder why they don't, for safety reasons. But, they build these projects, but then they don't have the capabilities of maintaining them or managing the people or the city or the town to keep up with the stuff that they built. So I've noticed that quite a bit. And one other bad thing that I've noticed about the culture is the losing face thing. And I feel like it handicaps them quite a bit when it comes to doing business, like having group discussions or talking about how to operate things. I think the losing face culture is a handicap to that. Like you can't contradict, or you can't have a discussion about certain things because you don't want to cause somebody to lose face, so. Other than that, like the land of smiles, right? It's totally true. Where we come from, let's say you get into a bicycle accident. Somebody comes out in front of you and you hit them and you fall down and, you're embarrassed and scratched up or whatever. Our first thought is like fist to flying, like what the blank, blah, 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 blah. You've insulted me, you've hurt me, you've disrespected me, all of those things. I think in our culture, that's what comes first. But in Thailand, I've watched it many times. When something like that happens, the first thing they do is smile. They just laugh it off. I've seen them get arrested, or not arrested, but like pulled over, their license taken from them because they were speeding, or, and they're just smiling, But I have seen a lot of people angry in Thailand, and I've seen another side of Thai people that are scary, like violent, like I'm only talking about Thailand, right? I know this happens all around the world, but I'm only talking about Thailand at the moment. But I've seen, I've said this many times, just let it go here. You're not going to win most of the time, unless you're cornered and your life is endangered, then that's a different situation. But it's best not to get on that side of the fence in Thailand, So we always got to remember, I think, here that no matter what, we're visitors here. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Like, we can do let's say that I got a permanent resident here, which means that I don't have to go to immigration anymore and all this. I'm permanent status. I'm still a foreigner here. I'm always going to be a falang. I'm always going to be treated like a foreigner. I'm going to always be looked at as the same person that they see on TV, you know? So a lot of people, I think they need to have those credentials. Like they need to have a sense of importance here. And I've noticed that talking to a lot of foreigners that, they had maybe a high position in a job and they come here and they're just a typical foreigner, you know. I think it's human nature to generalize people. I know we do that all the time. I know people do that to me. Thai people are no different. I've spoken to many of them in English and in Thai, and no matter what you do, they always think you're the same. So this really is only because they have no experience with foreigners. Most of foreigners conjugate in certain areas here in Thailand. And, a lot of people, I said, oh, we're going on a trip. Oh, you're going to Pattaya? No, I'm not going to Pattaya. Why would I go to Pattaya? But that's what they assume, that we all just want to flock there because that's the place where all the foreigners, and it's easy there. But their assumptions are based, I think, from what I've been told by talking to them, is their only experience with foreigners is on TV. And like the food's a very important part of the culture here in Thailand. Like if you watch TV, a lot of the channels has got food somewhere in the show. You know, their life revolves around food. And when they see us on TV, we're like eating hamburgers and French fries and pizzas and stuff like that. So they're like amazed that we can even have any kind of pepper or anything. If you say you want it spicy, like they still can't believe that, and it's not really spicy. So, but they think pretty much that we all are the same, and it's just because they have no experience outside of what they know. A lot of Thai people don't travel outside of their province. That's kind of sad to me. Like they live in a province next to the ocean, but they've never been to the ocean. You know, they don't have time. Or maybe they just don't want to. Now, I'm going to take some questions from our subscriber comment section. And, if you guys got any questions about me or what's been happening for us in Thailand, and, I'll answer them. It looks like it'll be easy chat since this is it's a subscriber live stream only. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button today, and you can chat in the live streams. I think I'm going to make all the live streams this way, not to punish everybody. It just makes it easier. But it's for whatever reason. Like I said, most of the people that view our channel, they don't subscribe. I've met quite a few that said I watch, but I just haven't committed to subscribing. And I just like, all right, that's cool. And I'm like, commit to what? It's not like I'm going to send you like brochures or anything. You know, it's not like you're going to have a no time to be sad flyer in your mailbox every day. You know, I don't. All it does really is it helps your favorite content creator grow whenever the subscriber count grows. The most important thing is that you guys are watching the videos for sure. But, I have to make a video that is obviously worthy of watching. And because we have a lot going on our channel, some things are just not for everybody. But because this is everyday life, it can't be the same, and it can't be for everybody. And everything I say and everything that I do isn't going to resonate with every single person. So, or I would have all the subscribers on YouTube if that was the case, So anyway, good morning again, everybody. Let me say a couple of hello. Well, let me just say hello to everybody. If anybody has some questions, feel free to put it in the comment section, and I'll do my best to try to get to everybody. I see Mom is up bright and early. I'm going to go visit you today, Mom. Today is actually, I think, the second day of the Lai Rua 5 festival. I'd like to go there and take some video tonight, but I'm not 100% sure that I can even find a place to stay. There's probably over 100 hotels there, and I'm pretty sure they're all busy. So I'll go this morning and try to lurk around and see if I can find a place to stay because my mom's got a pretty good spot there on the water to view the candle rafts. I've been there only one time, and it was great. It took me 2 hours to get home. Most of that was just trying to get out of the town. So I said, nah, it wasn't that great. I can watch it on video. So we'll see if I can't. I'm definitely going to come visit Mom today, but not sure if I can I can stay. Ricky and Isan, good to see you. I hope everything is doing well with you, sir. Perfect advice. Let it go. No point arguing with a cop here. To my success, and I'm only because I thought it was wrong that and I made a video. I showed it, and this happened to me in Udon. I got a ticket for turning in the wrong lane. There was 2 turning lanes, and the police officer drew on a piece of paper that I turned from the 3rd lane, and he said that it was dangerous and that he was going to give me a ticket for that. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't do that. And he just wasn't hearing it. So I asked him, I said, no, I said, and Paige got a little upset too, because we didn't do that. And I have a camera in the car, and I actually got the police officer to view the content on the camera, and they let us go. So I don't know if he was embarrassed or not, but from where they were at, there was no way they could even see what lane I was in anyway. But yeah, I wasn't having that. But definitely you don't want to argue with a police officer, because a lot of times when they pull you over, and if you've done something wrong, they want to see your driver's license, and they'll immediately put it in your pocket. So, but you're not going to win with those guys unless you have a camera. No. Well, let me scroll down here and see. Nikki, good to see you. Nikki is one of our top subscribers and commenters. I really do appreciate that, Nikki. I know I tell you that as much as I can in the comment section. It's difficult for me to reply to everybody. I want to, but it's like I've got usually too much stuff going on. So what I do monitor the comments and try to dissect out the bad stuff. But Nikki's got a question. What's next on the bucket list? We've got a little adventure with the mafias, and I can't talk about the next one, but we may make a trip out of the country to Malaysia. I will say that. And we will most likely make a trip to Koh Chang, since we haven't been there in a while. One of our favorite places. Frustrating that people don't subscribe. It's free to not and no commitment. I look at a lot of our, you can see the people that are subscribed, and you click on their subscriber list, and they're like subscribed to everybody, though. Samora, the best thing I learned when I was younger was that when you go to another country, act like you're at your grandmother's house. That's pretty good advice. Yeah, that's good advice. You don't want grandma to smack you in the back of the head too, It's I think when people have a lot of commitments here, they have some sense of roots, and they tend to lose that sense of grandma's house, but we're always just going to be visitors here. This is not our country, and we're never going to look Thai. I mean, there's a possibility that you could be fluent in Thai, but you're never going to stand out as, oh, that's a Thai person. You're always going to be a visitor in their country. Hey, Tom, nice to see you. Hello, everybody. Dr. Mosley St. Pierre. Good to see you too. That's a lot of stuff there. Tom asks, will you ever ride a motorcycle or scooter? I have one. I know I have many videos, and it's difficult probably to watch them all. But we have quite a few videos. I think if you just type in "No Time to Be Sad" scooter, you'll see a couple of them, no space. But I don't have a motorcycle license, so I just ride it around the town here. I don't ever leave the little town. There's no police checks or there's nothing here in this town. But anyway, I don't really ride it that much. I've had it for 7 years now, and I think I just hit 1,500 kilometers on it. I had to go get it inspected. After 5 years, you got to get a little safety inspection before you can renew your sticker. And the guy's like, asking me if there was a problem with the speedometer. I was like, no, it's just I don't ride it. Brasileiro. Yeah. I love the trip you did to Europe. Thank you very much. That was a pretty enlightening experience, the whole Europe thing. I'm glad we did it. We had a bunch of new commenters. I think people got really sensitive about pizza there. It was funny. I kept aggravating a little bit. Like I kept pushing it sometimes, and it's my entertainment too, I guess, to do that. But it was like I was stepping on their flag or something when I'm talking about their pizza, you know. You just been eating that American pizza. It's not original pizza. Like, well, shit, your original pizza tastes like cardboard. Sorry. No, it's not, Chuck. You just haven't been to the right place. Anyway, it was fun picking on them. And a lot of those guys got a really good sense of humor. And but it was a good experience. I really enjoyed it. It really, to be honest, it wasn't expensive. It wasn't as expensive as I thought it was going to be. I guess after making that trip to Hawaii and a bunch of trips to America, I was expecting it to be worse, but it wasn't. How is your money invested? I don't know. You know what? I share almost everything, but when you talk about stuff like health, religion, politics, money marketing, it's not worth it, right? Because we all have different thought processes. So I think you need to invest everybody, when it comes to investing money, needs to do what's best for them and their situation. I think it's just like insurance, that's a personal choice. So I'm never going to answer those questions online. I think we just drove through Yasotan yesterday. Easy on life. I had a subscriber that his wife opened a shop there, and we promoted it for her. But I don't spend much time there. There's nothing to do there. But we drive through it a lot. Dr. Maz Lee St. Pierre. Can I just call you Dr. Maz? Advice on learning to speak Thai while living in the U.S. That's difficult. Unless you're with a Thai partner and you can hear it. I think it's like a mental thing. It's like a child. He hears these things and picks it up. When you live here and you hear it all the time, it becomes a little bit easier. Well, it becomes a lot easier to learn. But to answer your question, for me, the phonics thing didn't work. I had about a 50 word vocabulary when I came here, and it didn't mean nothing. Like it's a tonal language, so it was just sounds to the Thai people. It didn't mean nothing other than they knew what Sawadee Kop, because they know foreigners. That's all we know how to say. But if you have a significant other, then they can help you with that. Watching TV, or not really TV, but like YouTube videos on learning to speak Thai from Thai people, I think is the best tool that you can have while living in the United States. I was subscribed to 5 channels, I think, of Thai people teaching Thai. But if you don't use it, it's difficult to retain it while you're in the U.S. But it's important to try as much as you can. Because if you have nobody to talk to and nobody to practice, I was using Google Translate, and I was speaking Thai and trying to get it to translate to English. And that's when I knew I could kind of say it halfway right. I was just talking to myself most of the time. But I do that all the time. I'm doing that right now, actually. Yeah. Lotto retirement strategist. Emission testing. If I remove the emission controls and add a high performance parts, any chance of passing the test? And is the test performed at idle? I think they goose it. They goosed my diesel, and then they have it's kind of a really basic generic test kit. And I don't know. I asked the guy, I said, because these guys are flowing black smoke out the tailpipe. And I asked him, how do those guys pass? And he just gave me some generic stuff. And I don't know if you could pad the guy doing it or not, like you can in the West. But I don't know. You can just take your chance, I guess, and pay your fines. They're not that much. I can't really answer that. Time to Mosey. Good to see you. Hello, Chuck and Paige from Dean and Kanchana. Hope that cool PC setup is working well. We are currently in Bangkok. Oh, good to see you guys back. How long have you guys been back? That's cool. Marietta, good to see you. No worries at all. Nikki says she loves the new bikes. I do too. I'll have them in an up and coming video. I'll tell you guys right now, I got some good advice from a viewer. I don't know if he was a subscriber, probably not. Half of them are not. To just unplug the pedal sensor. And I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Maybe because I just didn't want to modify the bike because I really liked the setup. But I didn't like the fact that when you pedal, it's hard to pedal normal because it automatically puts you at 14 kilometers an hour, which is difficult on that little bike and the little pedal setup. It's only a 1 speed. So it was difficult to maintain a good pedal. So I disconnected it. Now I only have the throttle. So now I just pedal off, and then if I want to use the battery, I just hit the throttle. And that thing pedals really easy. But it was dangerous. Like when you get on the bike and you go to pedal, like takes off, and like, whoa, we can't do that. So I was getting in the habit of getting on the bike and just using the throttle to slowly get up to a safe speed. Naga, I'm not sure. I think my golfing buddy is back from England, but I haven't heard from him. I know he's been gone a while, and right now they're having the Lairua 5 Festival, so I'm sure he's busy right now. Good morning again, everybody. Andrew, hey, Chuck, the Astros beat the Rangers in the 9th inning today. Yay. I never really was a big fan of baseball. The company that I was contracted through in St. Louis, they sent me, I don't know, they called the best seats in the house for a Cardinals game because they owned more than 50% of the Cardinals. It was fun, like a fun experience to go there and actually watch it. And but watching it on TV, and when you're a kid and you play it, it's good. But I really don't have time for sports. But awesome, Houston Astros. Good to see you guys. Hey, Chuck and Paige, heading to Thailand in 3 weeks for a 6-month stay this time. Wow, that is that's almost like living here. That's cool. You can do a whole lot. Hello, Aaron. Good to see you. Aloha. Luke Albert, I was in Tapanom, and one night the Soy dogs were quite aggressive one night. What have you experienced with the dogs? It's not Topanome. It's everywhere. We just came from an area, and we had 20 pack dogs on our porch in our resort, and they were attacking another dog. The worst place I've ever been with soy dogs being aggressive was Cha'am, one of my favorite places that I do recommend people to retire in. Only thing you can do is don't go. Here's the thing: like the dogs become different at nighttime. Like Thailand becomes theirs. During the day when there's traffic and there's people everywhere, or you're in a town where there's always traffic or people everywhere, there's no problem. But when things get quiet, it becomes their world. So the best thing you can do is you can buy them in Thailand now. Still, is a taser. I'm not saying tase the dog. I've never tased a dog, but they will back away from the sound. And to try to use a stick with a pack of dogs or something, if that's what you have to do, or get aggressive stance. But many people I know have gotten bit by dogs here, and then you have to go through the whole tragedy of getting the shots and stuff, which is horrible. But if you're going to hang out at night in areas where there's not a lot of people, especially here when everybody pretty much shuts down at 8 o'clock, is you need to carry a taser. And you can buy a flashlight taser or a little pocket rechargeable taser. They don't openly sell them that much anymore, so you have to kind of show them a picture of one. Usually at the markets where they sell little gadgets like flashlights and just little odd and end stuff. My advice is carry a taser, or don't hang out by yourself. Easy in life. I love the small e-bikes. Time to do a wheelie. I tried. I can't. Not that my road bike, my mountain bike is so heavy on the back end. Literally can get the wheel. When I accelerate and pedal, the wheel comes up on the front. So I got to be careful with it. Casey Warren. I've learned Spanish and Japanese to varying degrees. And I still struggle with the want and the will to study Thai. I will, but man, I don't know how much room is left in my brain for languages. So let me talk about that, Casey, because here's a big problem. This is why kids can learn multiple languages, because they don't have so much thought process going into it. And I caught myself doing this when I was learning Thai. Is we try to relate every word that we've learned to something that we know. And it becomes difficult to absorb. And when we hear a word, we're trying to relate it to something that we know that resembles something so that we can remember it. It's difficult to let that go. That's why I say when you're here and you hear it all the time, it becomes easier because you let stuff go a lot. Like you're not trying to relate what they're saying. The tones are really difficult. You have to be like a good karaoke singer. You got to be able to mimic people to be able to say it properly. One thing I need to freshen up is on my tones, because each word means something different depending on the tone that you use with that word. So I need a refresher course back in my time school. I haven't been in quite a few years. And I've been talking to you guys so much, I do forget quite a bit, especially when we travel. But I think we think too much and we analyze, so it's difficult for us to learn something new, and especially as complex as Thai language. Actually, let me back up. It's not complex. Like the vocabulary is really small because 5 words mean 5 different things, and they talk very basic a lot of times. They're not like me. It's not a complex sentence, but it's all about the tone. Soul Sound, hi Chuck. Sometimes I see you Thailand map at your home with all the pin marks. How much more percentage have you now covered? I don't really do that. I do that because so I can remember to share the link sometimes where people ask me, hey, what was the name of that hotel? And I could go back and find the little dot on the Google Maps and be able to find it pretty quick. But a lot of times I don't mark the spots that we've been, but we've covered almost every province, I think, in Thailand. Still a lot of places we'd love to go back to, and a lot of places we haven't been. I don't see myself getting tired of traveling around Thailand anytime soon. Certain places I'm done with, but there's a lot of places I love about Thailand, like certain areas, the people, the food, just the environment is good. But I get bored still after a couple of weeks. I'm ready to go. Actually, less than that. Robert Tatum, sorry, from Texas. Hi, Chuck and Paige. Love your informative vlog, especially about motorized bicycles. I don't need a license to ride them. Also, with all the friends you have, meet and travel with, it's cool. I don't know if the license thing was a question or not, but anything that, in order for something to be registered here in Thailand, it has to, I think, maintain 50 kilometers per hour for a certain amount of time in order for it to even require a license. So will all of that change? I don't know. The thing about Thailand is it's stuff's not really, I don't know. If they say, yeah, this is a rule, who's going to monitor that? Wearing a helmet is a law here, you know? So, yeah, that's a different story. The whole policing thing that is a really touchy subject for me. It's something I don't really want to get into. As far as, for safety of the people, I think there needs to be a change. I don't want it to be like the West where they're looking for you at every given moment to do something wrong. But there needs to be some kind of reform with the government police system here, in my opinion, for the safety of its own people. I want to talk to you real quick about ads. YouTube now, I don't know if it starts next month or when it starts, or maybe it already started. I don't know. I don't mess with the ads. Like, I don't have time to. You can go in there and decide what kind of ads are placed and where do you want them on your channel. I've kind of given up with YouTube because they don't really promote the videos that much anymore. I haven't really mastered the algorithm enough to do that. And I think, like I said earlier, our viewership is limited because of our content, But hell, I done forgot what the hell I was going to say. Oh, the ads. So they're going to be, no one's going to have control of ad placement. They're all going to be controlled by the computer, by the system. So if you got a channel that you enjoy and it's more than 20 minutes long and it's a good video, it's probably gonna be stuffed with ads now. The only thing you can do is pay the premium prescription for YouTube to where you get ad-free content. Or you can watch ad-free content on my members only channel. That members only channel is growing a lot. I really appreciate that, guys. It's doing really well. We've been doing some short videos. I just did one the other day from our location where we were at. And it's easy, really easy on those commercial-free, non-monetized videos. I was going to answer that, but I don't quite understand it. Maybe talking to somebody in the comment section. Nikki Dunn, hit the thumbs up. Yeah, I forgot. You know what, Nikki? I forgot to give myself a thumbs up. Let me do that. Thanks for reminding me. Dowlow, 7 years in dog is almost 50. You're right. Almost 50 years I've been in Thailand. Maureen, good morning. Hope you also have a wonderful day. No problem, Tom. Hello. Vicky, do you have helmets for the e-bikes? Just the mom and me wanting you to be safe. I talked to, okay, Vicky, I made a sarcastic, not addressed to you. I really wasn't addressed to nobody. I don't think I've ever heard you ask me that before, but I made a sarcastic comment yesterday. I was walking to the market as nobody anywhere was wearing helmets. Not saying that that's the way to do it, but it'd be like, can you imagine a kid and you're riding your little BMX bike or when you're wearing a helmet, you'd probably get beat up. These things don't go very fast. Like I can jog faster than the bicycle can go. I wear a helmet on my road bike because it can go 40 plus kilometers per hour and the tires are real small and the roads are no good. I don't feel it's necessary to wear a helmet on this thing. Like literally, we don't go fast. Like if you're going to worry about everything, it's going to be difficult in Thailand because walking through Thailand is extremely dangerous. So it's like I should be wearing a helmet just walking in Thailand because I think as a pedestrian, you're even worse off in Thailand because nobody cares here about a pedestrian. I don't have a helmet, Vicky, and I probably won't. I probably wouldn't wear a helmet at that speed on that little bike. You'll have to see the video. It's actually pretty funny when I'm making the comment. As some old people are riding around their electric scooters and three-wheelers and motorbikes and 7 people on a bike, you know. Luke Albert, single, planning on retiring. Hua Hin, what is your recommendation? I don't know if you caught the beginning of this. When you say planning on retiring, is that, to me, it sounds like you're planning on anchoring down, like you're going to try to find a permanent spot that you can, as much of a permanent spot a foreigner can have in Thailand, and just settle in. When I hear retiring in an area, that's for me. Like I don't say I'm retired here in Tapanum. Like I live in Tapanum. I just say this is my home base because we like to travel. And I know traveling around Thailand is not for most people when they want to come. They don't want to come here and roam the planet like a gypsy, you know. My recommendation for you is just to at first find short-term agreements, month to month, week to week. You might find that for me, Hua Hin is too crowded. Like there's too many people. Things are a lot cheaper than what you're probably used to, but very overpriced for certain things there as compared to the rest of Thailand. The most thing I don't like is I don't like the atmosphere. Like the Thai people act really different there. I don't know. I think it's maybe they get hounded too much by foreigners, you know. I don't know, but they're not as friendly as other places in Thailand for me. So my recommendation is to try not to be so permanent. Make sure that is exactly where you want. I don't know, Luke, maybe you've been here a million times and you know that that's the place for you to be, but I would still not try to I wouldn't try to buy anything like a condo. I don't think that makes sense. I think the condo, you should definitely lease a condo for a while. Andrew, funny, every local event has a dog fight, funerals, new house party, wedding, parade, dogs follow their masters going there and get into a fight. Yeah, drunken Thai people, sometimes it's not fun. The whole losing face thing sometimes is funny. But yeah, they love their celebration. That's one thing I really love about Thailand is they like to have a good time most of the time. Most of the time, there's not a fight, but it's always a good party, good food, and smiling faces. Most of the, I would say 99% of the time. Doug, good to see you. I love beer. Is U.S. beer or Thai beer better? The question was prompted by my Thai wife. Be honest. I don't like U.S. beer. Like I haven't liked it in a long time. I can handle like a Michelob Ultra when I feel like I need to be on a diet or something. Mexican beer is my favorite. I think I like the bitter taste of Mexican. I don't know that it's, I don't know. I can't explain the Mexican beer, but I love Modelo and Dos Equis. Um, when I was a kid, we drank Bud Light. Hell, I even drank Schaefer. When I was going to college, that's all we could afford. I didn't never was a fan of Miller Lite, but I'm just not a big fan of U.S. beer. I don't know. With beer, you like, I don't know. I can't compare. All I know is how I like the taste. I mean, some people like Chang, and I can't stand the taste of Chang beer. Um, but some people really like it. I don't even like free Chang beer. That's how much I don't like it. But I love Leo beer and I love Singha beer. And we've traveled to many places and the beer is tolerable whenever we travel. But I don't care for U.S. beer. I don't know. I just don't like the flavor of it. A good free U.S. beer is good except Budweiser. Budweiser and Chang are on the same shelf. Lotto retirement. Vicky, if an adult rides 20 miles per hour or less, a helmet doesn't reduce head injuries. Children should wear helmets. Yeah, I think 20 miles per hour is pretty fast. This thing is 17, travel on an average speed of about 14 to 17 kilometers per hour. But hey, if you want to put a helmet on an e-bike, then that's definitely what you should do. Easy. Like 27 November, I fly back to Thailand. Chuck, you need to do more the word of the week. Word of the week. I learned a lot from it. My Thai girl, she is from Isan, was amazed I could speak a few words. You know what? I've been doing that in the last few videos, trying to go back to remembering to do that. But I don't have a script. Like I don't have a plan. Like I don't wake up and I don't have like, okay, today I'm going to do this word of the day or today I'm going to do these activities. I can't do that or I wouldn't be able to make videos. But I try to remember. But I know you probably haven't watched all my videos. I've got a lot of word of the weeks or word of the day. Angel Bay. Hi, Chuck. I'm living in Thailand. Trup your camera. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Or I'm not sorry. I just don't know what the hell you're talking about. Michael Veen. Hey, Chuck, what do you think I must visit in Isan when I be there? Two places. I think you should go to Nakhon Phanom. It's an easy flight from Bangkok. Nakhon Phanom has got amazing food, amazing people, beautiful hotels, beautiful view of the Mekong River. On the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they've got a beautiful walking street market. It's a beautiful town. Maybe 2 days, 3 days max. They got a river cruise that you can take up and down the river. It goes pretty close to the bridge over to Laos. There's not much other than that to do in Nakhon Phanom, but it's one of the I think it's Isan. I think it just says Isan, And the other one is Udon Thani. Udon Thani is a busy town. There's a lot to do for foreigners. Actually, there's a whole lot of places I could go on. Chiang Khan, which is in Leh province. You got Nong Khai. I don't know. There's so many places that are good, but I would definitely recommend Nakhon Phanom. I think it's one of the most amazing towns in Isan. Just to be on the Mekong River is amazing. That's the huge Mekong overlooking the mountains in Laos. Let me scroll down. Sorry, I missed. Aaron says, "What ads? I'm YouTube Premium." I don't really watch much YouTube, but if I did, I would just pay the little fee for that just to get rid of the ad. Somebody told me the ad blockers don't work anymore. Danny Cowart, Chuck, I know you have said Koh Chang is one of your favorite places in Thailand. What is the worst place you have been? I know you're expecting me to say Bangkok, but it's not. It's just not a good place to drive. The worst place? Well, nobody's ever asked me that. I think you guys could probably figure it out. And, I have a lot of subscribers that live in Pattaya, okay? I got a lot of friends that live in Pattaya, and not everything is for everybody. Let me explain my position here. First off, I don't hate any place, or I don't feel like it's the worst place. Certain areas of Thailand, I don't like Pattaya. Now, I've gone there quite a few times because I have good friends there, and it's good to go look and people watch and visit friends and stuff like that. But for me, now this is just me, I feel like a target there. Like everybody wants something from me. Like I just want to look at things. I don't want to be dragged in somewhere. I don't want to buy something. I don't want to be a victim of anything. I want to be there and enjoy myself. I'm on vacation. I'm not coming there to buy stuff. I feel it's not enjoyable for me when I go there in Pattaya. I love Ao Nang, Krabi, but sometimes I feel like that too in certain areas of Ao Nang. But I love the area. I love the mountains and the ocean. But I think the worst for me is probably Pattaya. I will say that here. And I know a lot of people, they love, like that's their place. Like they love that place. And that's good. I can completely understand because it's so easy for a foreigner to be there. And they feel more comfortable in that environment. And that's great. But I don't know. The question was directed at me, and that's all I got to say about that. Pattaya is probably the worst place for me. There, I said it. Not Bangkok. Village Falang, good to see you. Time to get going. Good to see you guys. How's Paul Red's Tuk Tuk Enterprise going? I want to talk to you guys about that. This is an exclusive comment. Like I haven't mentioned this before, and I don't know that I'll be talking about it in a video anytime soon, but the people who own that building want to take the building back over. So I don't really know what's going to be the outcome of the Tuk Tuk shop. I don't know what's going on there. So they want to tear the building down and make a coffee shop or a bistro or whatever, something with desserts and stuff like that. So my father-in-law's been leasing that building for 40 years now. And the problem is the original owners have passed on, and the kids, what happens is, this is what's left for the kids, right? So instead of collecting a little bit of rent money, they want to do something. They either want one person will buy out the others, and they'll put a business on it. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. And he's still buying stuff in preparation of being back to the way things were. But it's an odd thing. I mean, like I was telling Paige the other day, I said, I hope that your dad has surprises us, because he's not a stupid person. I hope he's like has a plan, and he says, see this, it all worked out, and he had a plan all along. I hope that's the case, because ultimately me and my wife have to take care of our family. I have to take care of my mom. Ultimately, whatever happens to my mom is my responsibility. And ultimately what happens to our family here is going to be our responsibility too. So we do have some concern at their final quarter of how it plays out for them. We're never going to tell them what to do or how to do it, but ultimately we'll have to be the ones responsible for the outcomes. Barry agrees with me about walking with the helmet. I think that's the smartest thing to do, is walk with a helmet. Maybe knee pads too, for sure. Tommy J, with your little town getting more development, how long before y'all get a Mickey D's? You know what? They're in the process. Well, they haven't started yet, but they haven't broke ground. But just in the Nakhon Phanom, they're going to build a Robinson's Mall. That would be the only chance of getting a McDonald's. Mukdahan has a Robinson's Mall, but they don't have a McDonald's. They don't have. I think the only Falang food you can get around here is KFC. But I wouldn't hate on them if they got a McDonald's. A lot of people say, "Oh, yeah, Thai people are fat because of American come there and planted all these fast food." They don't even. If you go to one here, like there's never anybody in there. Most of the towns in Thailand don't have any fast food from America. They like too much sugar, I think, with their food, especially the younger ones. Larry Dunn, how did your mother-in-law is from China? How did she become a Thai citizen? I never said that she was from China. I said that she is from Chinese descent. I think second generation Thai. I mean, she was born in Thailand, and I think her mom and dad was born here too. I'm not 100% sure, or that it really matters, but my mother-in-law is, both of her parents are from Chinese. I think over 40% of the population in Thailand is from Chinese descent. Somebody asked a question. Maybe you can help me with the answer. Somebody said, somebody wants to know, how did your mom become a Thai citizen? But how many generations is your mom Thai? 2?
My grandma is Thai. My grandma born in Thailand.
Your grandmother's born in Thailand, so she's
My grandma from
second generation. Your grandpa is from China, but your grandmother is
born in Thailand.
Born in Thailand, but her parents are Chinese. Okay. Well, there you go. We got that squared away. Louis Cabo, good to see you. Big Mac, you were right. You're not talking to me.
What they ask, you want to eat lunch with me?
Probably won't be here.
Okay. But she's gonna start cooking. It's only 9. She's already thinking of food.
I got to go visit mom. Robert Tatram. Chuck, is it okay if you check with your pharmacist friend to see what the cost of Ozempic Ozempic. Yeah. Because I'm prescribed it for diabetes and heart issue. It will come to Thailand for cosmetic dentistry. I think I've shared his.
Yeah, his Facebook.
He'd rather you guys go on his Facebook and ask them. I can't share it here, but if you go on Google Maps, you probably find his pharmacy on Google Maps, and you can get his Facebook page. But you could ask him anything you want on Facebook. So I think anything for diabetes is here. And I think sometimes the pharmacists have a book, and they can look up certain drugs, and they can see what the other drugs are available for the same drug from a different company. But stuff like that, I mean, diabetes is big here in Thailand too. I don't think that's going to be a problem. But what are your options? You can always bring enough with you, and then I don't know, like I'm pretty sure they have that. But if you can do some research maybe and go to his Facebook page, just tell him you're a subscriber to our channel, and he'll answer your question. He'll answer it anyway. But I'll try to do that. But my videos are so far behind, I don't even know when that would come up. Live to travel. Good morning, Chuck. My journey to begin and settle down in Thailand is starting. Looking for condos in Bangkok, then start looking at areas around Thailand where I want to settle. Good job. Yeah, finding a temporary dwelling is easy in Thailand. You can actually go to Facebook Marketplace and look, for Thailand, and find stuff on Facebook Marketplace to live easily in Thailand. Good morning, Brock. How are you? Aaron, I've never been a fan of Shiner Bock. Never. Like I don't. It's a dark beer, and I've never required a taste for that. Sorry. Easy line. No time to be sad. You don't like Chang, but you like Heineken. We Dutch hate Heineken. In a crunch, I drink Heineken. Heineken's okay when it's cold, and I've learned that Heineken actually tastes different depending on where you're at. Typically, I don't drink Heineken, but I would drink that before I would drink Chang. Do you see more craft beer being made in Thailand? Yes, because they made it legal a few years back, and it's very popular in the younger generation. Robert, funny, I remember Schaefer beer was nasty, but was only college students on a budget that could afford it. I drank many cases of Schaefer beer. Lewis, Chuck, Modelo Especial #1, but I found a restaurant 1 kilometer from me that has Leo. I love Modelo's, but man, they are so fattening. They're just in a small, it's like a small bottle. It goes down so easy. Stephen Kenny, good to see you. I'm a red wine and blue beer drinker. Talking about cheap beer. I can't drink wine. It makes me sick. I bought some wine for my mom the other day. I'm going to bring her some Thai, natural. She likes sweet wine, so I got her some sweet wine I'm going to bring to her. Ronald Brigman. Hi, Chuck. I lived 6 years in Bangkok. I love Bangkok, even though it's not for everybody. My beer of choice in Thailand is San Miguel Light. Most places have it, yes, because I think it's made in the Philippines, San Miguel. But it's okay. I don't mind a San Miguel. Okay, here we got an opinion. Waza Oz. This is just my opinion. I love it when it comes. I haven't read his comment yet, but a lot of times when I see that, I think, okay, this guy's going to talk about me and compare me to himself. But I'm not saying that's what this comment is, but I'm just saying that's when I see that, I've got, okay, here we go. I don't understand why Westerners, foreigners leave their home countries to come to Thailand to live in a location where there are bucket loads of foreigners. Okay, it wasn't about me. You know what? I don't try to hate on people because I understand, like, it's very difficult when you don't understand the language to just roam around Thailand. People need things, you know, they want to get settled in. They have to find thumbtacks, you know, they got to find things, and it's like impossible in some areas of Thailand, you know. And I think a lot of people don't have that adventure or willingness to do that. So I understand. And a lot of people, they love to hang out with other foreigners and the camaraderie, and, you know, just the stuff is easy there. But it's not for you. And my opinion is the same as yours. I don't understand. I don't understand why, but that's just because I wouldn't do it. I mean, I do understand why, but I'm just saying I don't understand why. I would never do it. How many people do we have in the chat, Nikki? You know, we have 221 watching. Thank you guys very much. If you guys want to join us in the comment, just hit that subscribe button down below. If you're not watching on a TV, then just switch to your phone and you can hit the subscribe button. We'd really appreciate that. If you're married to a Thai girl, Pattaya is not a place. Yeah, it's definitely an adventure in Pattaya. People are just pulling you in every single direction there, you know. And even though you're not going to mess around with another person because you're in a relationship, it just doesn't. It's not good because your people are. I mean, why are you there? You know, you're getting drug in there, and there's just girls hanging everywhere on you, and you know, so it's not easy. Yeah, you're right. If you're in a relationship, it's not going to be an easy place to be. And I think that's why my channel's limited too, because most people want to go to those places. That's why they travel to Thailand, you know. And that's why there's so many YouTubers that promote those places, because that's pretty much what everybody wants to see, you know. Ian Connolly, hey Chuck, what do you think about the infrastructure of Thailand, such as flooding and the open electric outlet on the street? I think it's evolving. I think the ideology is changing. I think things are slow to change here because of the older generation, and I think that happens everywhere. It's all about management, and depends on where you're at. Like Nakhon Phanom is our main province here, is the main town in our province, and the infrastructure there is good. Like they have fiber optics, all the cables are underground. They put in culvert systems, got rid of the old Thai style ditch with the concrete cover on the top, and it's been modernized. But here it hasn't, because we have a different management ideology here, and funding is different here too. But I think like Cha'am, I remember a few years ago, was always flooding. I have a video where water's almost coming in my my SUV. But they have redone those areas with culverts and drainage systems. Proper drainage systems that have resolved the issue. So it's happening just slowly. The biggest thing for me, like they waste all this money on making these beautiful asphalt roads, and then within less than a year, they already need to be redone. They have so much concrete here. They could concrete the whole damn country, and I don't know why they continue to use asphalt, because of the weight of the vehicles and the climate. It just doesn't make sense to use the asphalt because they don't maintain it. Like if they maintain it or had a proper, if they had somebody teach them this is how you fix a hole, then maybe it would be okay. But they don't, and I wish they would go concrete. And a lot of roads now, especially on Highway 2, you'll see large sections of that are in concrete. Mom is doing great. Thank you for asking. Thailand dentist. Hi, Chuck. We met on a speedboat from Koh Mak to Koh Chang a few days after COVID started. I'm trying to remember that. I am German, and you were surprised that I told you that I have problems to understand your accent. Why? I don't doubt that. I'm sure I was probably giving you a hard time because I don't understand you. And I speak so clear. Anyway, thanks for joining us. I hope that didn't offend you. Patty Forsman, how are you this morning, sir? If you like Thailand, travel around and look. Don't stay at one place. Travel and look around. You'll find it. Good advice, Patty. Mista. Good to see you, Mitch. I know you've been here for a little while. Sorry, I'm a little behind on the comments. Wise words. I feel the same about Pattaya. I think a lot of people can appreciate the fact that somebody, I respect the people that like that Pattaya area. I'm not trying to say anybody that there are the bad people. There's bad people everywhere in the world. That area is just, I feel like I'm overrun with just people demanding something, either money or my attention, or I just want to relax most of the time. And I'm not looking for that. But I think a lot of people like that, I guess. Dello, I asked my wife's nieces what's their favorite food. They always say KFC. The kids love KFC. I think it's just I don't know. It's like I can't think of the word, but like a pristine to go there and have KFC. Ronald Brigman, I agree with you, Chuck. Get YouTube Premium. You get free YouTube music. And yeah, I think it's really cheap. I would. And if you don't like commercials, but everything has commercials, everything. Even when you buy a phone, there's commercials loaded into it, a computer. That's why you can buy these things so cheap, is because advertisers give those manufacturers money so that they will promote their products or whatever, or their games or whatever in your phone or computer. If it wasn't for that, the advertising stuff would be very expensive. So you might as well either watch the commercials or pay a little bit of money and get some perks with it. It's easy just to skip through it. Most of the time, if it's a commercial you can't skip through, it may last 5 seconds. Your Mojo, good to see you. No more snakes since we've gotten the cat. The cat is definitely a terrorist. They tried to bring a bird in the house the other day. Chris Outdoors, good to see you, Chris. Do you feel that Thailand is rapidly becoming too geared for tourists? i.e. a giant tourist resort. I'm exaggerating, of course, but interested to know if you feel it moving too far in that direction. I've never really felt like that in Thailand. I think there's certain areas that only exist because of tourism. Because when you got popular tourist areas, things are expensive for the vendors, so the prices are high, and they're really dependent on outside money to come in because local people can't afford to buy some of the stuff. But I don't feel like it's geared up so much for tourists, to be honest with you. I think it could do some more to try to bring in tourism. The tourist industry is strange to me. Actually, not really the tourism, but like the visa system. They want people to come here, but then they make it difficult for them to come here. It's just, I don't know. It's a strange thing on that. But no, I've never felt like that, to be honest with you. I mean, there's some areas like I like to go to Krabi. Like I said, I love Ao Nang, but I know people are going to try to sell me suits, and every restaurant is owned by an Indian. So, but you can easily get around on a tuk-tuk, or you can hop on a long-tail boat and take a tour. There's a lot of things you can do, so it's all geared up for tourism. If you live there, it'd be difficult because you have to deal with that crap all the time. But there's so many places in Thailand that there's a lot of tourists don't go. That's kind of like the reason why we like Koh Chang. It is kind of a tourist area, but it's more local and it's more expat oriented than it is like Koh Samui. To me, Koh Samui is crazy. I like Koh Samui, but it's expensive, and it's really designed for foreigners. But it's a large community of Thai people that live there, and Koh Samui for sure. But it's crowded. Neil and Susan Travels, good to see you. Makas KFC, planning our trip next year, island hopping, Koh Chang, Koh Lanta, etc. Looked at Koh Samui for 4. I don't know what that means. No thanks, too touristy for me. I just talked about PKK for us when we retire. Definitely try out PKK. Maybe you already have before you plant your roots there, but very cool. I love island hopping too. Brock says Ozempic is expensive in Thailand. Not sure if it's available. Not sure of its availability. We are struggling to get it in Australia. They probably have something similar. Caesar, Chuck, you may want to check the stats on Chinese population in Thailand. Let's not forget the majority are Thais. I don't know if did I not say that proper, Caesar? I said of Chinese influence, like a lot of people have some Chinese descent here, and I'm not saying that most of the population are Chinese. If I said that, I misspoke, but I'm pretty sure I said of Chinese descent. So, yeah. Neil and Susan, hope to catch you next year. 3rd time's a charm, hopefully. We missed you the first 2 times. Yeah, I'm hard to catch sometimes. I apologize. Send me a message on Messenger. It always helps. Barry LaRose, the best snorkeling I experienced in Thailand is around Koh Lipe. Chuck, where is your best spot? Man, we've been to so many good spots, and they say with some of the best snorkeling, we just didn't do it. I think like Koh Lanta. Where was that place we were at that had all the snorkeling and the scuba diving? That little island we went with Daz? Koh Tao. Deep, so you have to scuba dive, huh?
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not a big snorkeler. I just like to hang out in the water for a little while. Kanata, Chuck, how is your weight loss going? You mentioned having a heart problem, I believe. Take care of yourself. I don't really have a heart problem. I have I guess I was born with a with a big heart, you can say. And when that happens, you have a little bit of high blood pressure, hypertension. So I've been taking high blood pressure pills for some time now. So I'm not obese. Like that's not like that's caused me to have heart problems or anything like that. I just have a beer belly I wanted to get rid of. That's always a struggle. But I don't know. I just have to commit to this is my retirement physique, I guess. I'm just having fun with it most of the time. I'm scrolling through comments. Tom, never quit. I have no problem. I've been a sub for many years, never been blocked, and you did this for what? Talking to another sub. I have no problem. I have been a sub for 4 years and never been blocked. And you did this for what? Talking to another sub. Unsubscribe. I don't know what the hell you mean, bro. Barry LaRose, you're a good son-in-law, husband, father. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're a good role model to everyone. I know everyone here appreciates you. Thank you very much for that, except Tom. Lotto retirement strategist. Clogged arteries, berberine, reduce the plaque. Search Dr. Bean medical lectures. All right. Craig Crudy, I'm not going to get into all that stuff because it's like, might as well talk about who I voted for, right? Craig Cruden, any resort town is going to have all the same issues, not necessarily just in town. Very much true. Very much true. Are we having a spat with Tom? Maybe I didn't know what the hell he was talking about either. Is there drama in my comment section? I did make it to where people could just subscribe immediately and comment, though. Anyway, dark stories. So what the Chuck beer in Thailand has changed when the lowered the alcohol level in beer. Sing and Chang, the taste altered back when Carlsberg was dominating the market in Thailand. I will agree with you. Like Chang was okay when I first came here. We had traveled to Khon Kaen quite a few times, and Khon Kaen is like there's a lot of big markets there that only have Chang. And it was okay, but then like somehow all of a sudden it became weird taste to it. And I don't think it was me. Like I haven't had a bunch of different other things in my life that all of a sudden this tastes different. But it was just the Chang. I don't know what happened to it, but I just don't like it. And that's okay, right? Scott Kaler, Chuck, have you and Paige crossed the border to Laos? We were in your area recently and crossed into Laos, and yeah, of course we have. I mean, we have many friends there in Laos, but I don't. There's a lot of reasons why I don't like to go there, and for me, I feel like anything that's good over there has actually come from here. but there's not really a whole lot for me to want to go seek over in Laos. So when we first got here, well, when we traveled here as tourists, we went there quite a few times. FC, there was a friend of yours in Cha'am. You were at his house several times, but I haven't seen him in a long time. What happened to him? I think you were talking about Brian. I think somebody said he had moved back, but I haven't talked to Brian. I tried to reach out to him. He went back to America to go work for a trucking company, and I tried to reach out to him, but he didn't. It's happened to me quite a bit with YouTube, and I've met so many people from YouTube, and I think most of the people that I meet, they want something from me, like they want to be on a video, or they want me to help them promote their channel, or they want me to share their success or whatever their story is on the internet. And then sometimes most of the time I don't take YouTube very seriously. And I think sometimes a lot of people get disrespected that like I'm pandering, I'm ignoring them, And I think he was the same thing. Like his girlfriend was trying to get a YouTube channel started, and he was interested in the like the trash hero stuff, and I just wasn't really interested in that. And yeah, it happens a lot. People come and go, but I think most of the people that I've met, not all of them, are just they want something from me, and I feel like he was just one of them. But I haven't talked to him. I heard he's probably still making videos. Time to get going. Well, if you marry into a city, that's where you're living, at least in my case. If you marry into a city, Mr. Mitch, funny thing about Pattaya, there are far fewer Westerners here than there are in the United States. And a shit day here beats you are 1,000% right, Mitch. 1,000%. If that was my choice, Pattaya would be number one for me versus going back to that. But you're 100% correct. It's still Thailand, right? But that's a good way to look at it. Travel 4444. Good to see you. My wife and I watched a TV program about living in Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai last night. She really wishes we could get there. We are living and traveling vicariously through you folks. Thanks. Yeah, we have some videos there. Just type in "No Time to Be Sad" Chiang Mai or Chiang Rai, one word, and you'll see them. I like Chiang Rai. I wasn't a big fan of Chiang Mai. Back before COVID, it was loaded up full of Chinese people living there. It was just so like crowded, packed. Not that I have a problem with Chinese people. I'm just saying there was a lot of them there. Very busy, but if you want some good food and some foreigner goods, Chiang Mai is a good place. In the city, I know you can live outside, but I like Chiang Rai better. Very cool markets in Chiang Rai. The Village Falang, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. I probably missed you. You made this comment about 11 minutes ago. Sorry. Kurt, I can't wait to move there and have a hard time deciding where to travel next. Well, that's good. Just kind of, what do you want to do? You want to go to the beach? You want to go to the city? What kind of food do you want to eat? And then go from there. Oh, Macas is McDonald's. I never in my life heard that. Like, I don't know, where did that derive from? I'm going through comments. Keith Muckchucker, good to see you. Hi, Chuck and Paige. Hope life is good. Where is your next trip to? Let me see. Surin. Our next trip is in Surin. I had to think about that. That'll be, I think no, not tomorrow's video. Tomorrow's video is with Mom and the Mafias. Willie Summers fan. Is the retirement visa still the same? Well, I don't know what that means. Like it changes. It doesn't really change. Like some of the only thing that changed, I think, was how long you have to have the money in the bank. And then some people said that I just made a video showing my mom's deal. And I said, well, my immigration only wants to see 2 months of a statement. And then some say mine only wants to see 6 months. But it's the same thing. You look in the retirement rules now they want to see a 1 year statement. Can't go below 800 first 3 and the last 3, and can't go below 400 the rest of the 6 months. So the best thing to do is when you get here is go to your local immigration with the documents that you have. Make a copy of every page of your passport, sign it, and just take what you can over there. Some pictures. You go to the Photoshop and get some pictures made for immigration, and then say, what do I need? And then you go back the next day. That's the best way to do it, and wherever you're at. Normally, like for us, they'll have somebody outside that looks over the paperwork prior to you entering the immigration. Okay, Mr. Mitch, for the record, I am searching for a different province to live in. No disrespect to my many friends that live here in the greater Jomtien area. It's just time for a change. Paige is mopping around my feet. If you got friends, Mitch, that are disrespected because you don't want to live by them, they're not really friends. You know that. I hope all the, I know all the, I don't know 100%, but the kind of the people I'm close to that all the crap I talk about Pattaya, they're still my friends. Susan Haley, hey Chuck, have you ever talked to Ride for Kicks? Can't think of his name. Not really. Like I tried to have a conversation with him a couple times, but I don't know what it is, but I think it's because people watch so many YouTube videos, they feel like they're connected to us. Oh, let me see that. Mitch, hang on. I'm sorry. I'll get back to your comment. Mitch, I don't know if you're still here, but I have this, and it's still here. And I told you I would get you some, but you can only have it if you visit here. So this one will probably disappear next. So anyway. Yeah, see, I kept my word. But no, I don't really talk to many other YouTubers, to be honest with you. I don't, I don't know. He's from America. He makes YouTube videos. I don't know what we would have in common. Probably not much of anything. Like I said, we've sat at the same table and had kind of a weird back and forth about a couple of things, and that was about it. So I don't really know the guy. Barry, approximately 40% of the Thai have Chinese ancestry. Thai people came from China to, they're border. I mean, it's not a border, but I mean, it's only obvious that would happen because they're close. Chinese are pretty much everywhere. So, yeah. Hey, Daz. Yep, you're right on time. Thai time. Good to see you here, Daz. I sent Daz a message last night. Daz, you know, you're a friend of mine. I would really appreciate it if you would show up to my live stream at 8:15. He's like, no problem, Chuck. I'm such a good friend of yours. Of course I would do that. So now you know where me and Daz stand. Thanks, Daz. Michael's planning on visiting Isan again after you're going to come here for 6 weeks. I think you should. Isan's definitely not for everybody, but I think it's a good place to visit and see the culture, you know, to see a different side of the Thai smile, you know. True, Jen. I am so far behind, I guess, on my comments. There's a big difference between acquaintances and friends. I would only want to live amongst friends, really. You know, here's the truth of it. But I don't know what this is going to sound like. But I didn't come here to make friends. Like, that wasn't my goal. Like, it wasn't going to, I got to start a YouTube channel so I can make friends. I don't know if anybody really does that anyway. I'm pretty happy with myself. I'm pretty happy with traveling with just Paige and I. We have a good time. My feelings aren't hurt because of, you know, maybe I was being used for, I mean, it just happens. It happens in, you know, your job, your career. I mean, if, you know, people, it's not that they want to use you, but they want, you have something that they would like to have and they would like you to help them get to that point, I guess. Anyway, I wasn't in it for like to find friends. Like it's not, have I met some wonderful people? Of course I have. But my goal wasn't to, I think if you have to rely on friends, you're wasting your time because people come and go and things change with people. Family's always going to be your family. Like, you can disagree with your family, but they're always at the end going to be in relation to you. Okay, Mitch, I guess I'll eat your candy since I probably won't see you again. Unless your new province is Nakhon Phanom. No, we'll see you again, buddy. I'm sure he probably already left. That was a few minutes ago. I didn't get my $5 check from Chuck you month. Daz, I'm paying you in friendship, all right? Not everybody can deal with you. Mike, one of my favorite sayings, when a person spends all his time in foreign travel, he ends by having many acquaintances but no friends. Oh, I'm caught up. Look at that. Ken O'Neill, good morning from Ireland. Hope you are all well. We'll be back in April. Great people. My wife is from Sriracha, married 19 years. Keep up the vids. Great work. Thank you very much for that. Gian. So if you have a Thai wife, it's easy to find a place to live? I don't think that's necessary. I think it all depends on you and your ability to adapt and figure things out. Like, I think a lot of people, they struggle with things that aren't easy, you know? They don't try to figure out solutions to the problem. So if you, let's say you really like Kanchanaburi and you want to live there and you're by yourself and you're Italian, you don't speak any Thai. So the first thing you want to do is, you can't read Thai and you don't know what's available. So you got to figure out, how do I locate, you know, maybe the first thing I would do is go on Google. How do I, places to rent in Kanchanaburi? Or you can even ask your phone places to rent in my area, and it'll do a search for you. And you can get an idea, okay, maybe Facebook has a thing for rental property. So you can go, I say Facebook because a lot of people on there can speak English, or you can use the translate, Facebook Marketplace. So to get you kind of a lead of where to go, and you can look around. And then you're going to have to figure out, well, I need to get my electricity, all this stuff. A lot of that's covered by the landowner will help you to do that. But my suggestion is to try to be a friendly person, and maybe find Thai people, if they can speak some English, they'll come to you. They're intrigued by you. Like they want to practice and be friendly with you. If you can find somebody that you can friend, and maybe pay them for their time to help you with some of your logistical stuff. I don't think you necessarily need a girlfriend, because I've met many people here that have girlfriends that have never traveled outside of their province, that don't know how to do any of that stuff except speak the language, and they have a difficult time trying to navigate through their partner, what he wants, and talking to that person, and it gets complicated. So I think it just depends on you more than having a Thai wife. But having somebody that can speak for you does help a lot, and it's helped me quite a bit. But that was some of the reason why we decided to live here. All of this played into a part to where it made sense for us. We didn't just fall in here. I didn't have to leave America for whatever reason. It was all pretty much well planned out for what we had in our life to make it work, to have a happy existence. Everything that we had in our life put us here in Thailand to try to be happy. And, whatever everybody else is, what they have in their life may be living on a sailboat somewhere in the Gulf of Mexico might be a better option for them, Prep for it. I'm in Pattaya for most of March. No, I'm sorry. I saw Pattaya. I'm in Thailand for most of March. Pattaya. I will retire in Thailand in a few years. And I know you told me you were ready to go to Pattaya. Apparently, Pattaya is a good spot for many people, because there are a lot of people that live in that area, and it's for those people. Time to mosey. It's an insane world, but in it, there's one sanity, the loyalty of old friends. I've always been independent. Like, I've never really had to depend too much on anybody else, not even really family. I don't know. I guess that's why I do good by myself. Like, I'm able to overcome obstacles and try to keep moving forward, and not try to be too dependent on everybody, especially my wife. That's why I went to school, because I was like, she has to do everything for me. When I got here, I was like, okay, she doesn't really want to communicate the way I want to communicate, and I have so many questions, and she was getting tired of trying to translate stuff for me, and I didn't want to have to be dependent on her. So that's why I said, okay, I'm going to commit my first year to going to school. And everybody kept telling me, there's no Thai teacher here. You have to go to Bangkok. You got to go. But I found one, and I found the perfect one in our hometown, because I was adamant. I just kept trying, and I didn't give up, But I would have figured something out if I couldn't find somebody here. I would have went to the next province, But I'm able to overcome a lot of obstacles on my own, I think, and I don't really depend on too much, and I don't worry too much about other people, And my feelings aren't hurt over somebody wanting to use me for a platform. Like, I understand, I get it, And I intentionally have done that quite a bit for people, and it's okay, I'm just saying, you're not really. those people come and go. And when they get to a certain place and they don't need you no more, then they just disappear. But that's just the way it is. So it's not a problem. Willie Summers fan, will you go back to Europe, and what do you like there? I enjoyed the food, even though I joked around about plain pizza. I did enjoy the food. The people weren't too bad. The weather was good while we were there. I don't know that I'd go. I don't know if I have an urge to go back, not to the places that we went, I don't think. Mike and Justine Bolton, good to see you guys. We love your videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We are Thailand bound for retirement in 2 years. Congratulations. When it gets to the last 6 months, that's a long haul. When you can see the finish line, that things become like everybody sucks around you. Like you get hypersensitive about everything. I did anyway. It's like, leave me alone. I can't wait to get out of here. Like, can we leave now? Ken Smith, any plans to travel more in the region? Myanmar, Cambodia, or Laos? Myanmar is closed. Like, you can't go to Myanmar right now. Cambodia, I've been there a couple of times. We'll go back. We did the tour thing there. I'm on the border, Laos. You never know. We can make a trip to Laos any moment now. I don't have any urge to go to Laos. I've mentioned why a few times in videos. I don't really want to get into it right now. Why? I just I don't have any interest in really going to Laos. Michael, have you ever been to the Pattaya International Fireworks Festival? This year is in November 24th and 25th. I did I came here as a tourist. Well, me and my wife would make several trips here. I came here and been to a couple of international like bands and the firework festival. I've been to a few places in Pattaya when we traveled here. I don't know why my father-in-law would always take us there. I guess you just think that's what foreigners want to do, is go to Pattaya. And I don't know. I was just a passenger. But my first experience in Pattaya was like, holy crap. This is crazy. I used it all in cap locks. I used to keep a low profile until I met YouTubers. Well, stay out of the camera. I tell people when they travel with us, I don't really need to tell them. Like, if somebody said, hey, Chuck, I don't want to be in a camera, I would say, well, then you don't want to travel with us. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way if you don't want to be on camera. And I'm not going to concentrate on you with the camera, but this is the deal. So, you don't want to be on camera, then maybe you shouldn't travel with or be around. Like my mom's old neighbor, Vince, he's like, oh, I don't want to be on the camera. I was like, well, tough shit. You live next to a YouTuber and you live next to two YouTubers. So I don't know how that's going to work out for you, But it's not like we want you to be like a poster child for our videos anyway, but chances are you're going to be in a video. Scott Steinhaus. Sorry, you may have already answered this, but has the batteries in your new bike blown up yet? Yes, they exploded yesterday. I know you're joking, right? Yeah. I know that's an ongoing thing with the e-bike stuff. Did you see this video in China? Yeah, I've seen 100 of them. I haven't seen them, but you guys keep sending them to me. True Gent, Chuck, do you ever miss having a garden, or is that not your thing? The only thing I could grow back in the state was chili peppers. But I've never been a farmer. When I was a kid, I had a couple of, I'll say, herbal plants. But I would have to have some property and settle in, and no, I don't miss that. Scott Kaler, traveling around and exploring different provinces helps when you want to find a place to live here. You know, you can be flexible too, right? Like you don't have to stay in one area. You can be mobile. You can live somewhere half a year and somewhere else half a year. Hang on one second. Sorry about that. That's it. All right, Robert, good to see you. Hopefully, I'll see you next time I show up in. John Shores, my girlfriend owns a house in Ayutthaya. I like Ayutthaya. However, it's not where I want to settle. We plan to travel a few weeks at a time at different places. Maybe it's going to take a year to find our retirement place. I understand, John. Like, Tapanome is not my place. Like, there's nothing to do here. Like, everything shuts down at 8 o'clock. This whole place is nothing but food. It's about food and family. And how much can you do of that, you know? So, Ayutthaya might not be your place, but it might be a good place to have your home base, you know? It might be a good place to be part of the Thai family for a little bit and then travel at will like we do. But, you know, it's ultimately up to you. But just always remember that you're still a guest here all the time. Tommy J. Chuck has helped many with many things, and a few have come back with a negative attitude. Thank you very much for that, Tommy. Nikki, gonna shower, get ready for work. Happy weekend, everybody. Have a good one. Thank you very much, Nikki, for coming by. Brandon, Thailand, good to see you. I don't trust China batteries, really. You see the videos? Yeah. The whole town's on fire, Brandon. Like, everything's exploding. Like, right now, everything is on fire outside. I'm looking through comments. Dancing K. I can relate to people being nice to get ahead. Then when they do, they ignore. They knew me. You know, I don't have many friends, and I understand I'm not the. I think it's a whole thing. Like, I don't really care too much. You know, I mean, I go out of my way to help people. Not for something in return. It's just because, you know, I like to make people happy. I like everybody to be happy and have a good time around me. That's the only reason why I do things, is because I want to, you know. I don't know where I was going with that, but, you know, I just I'm not the type of person where I need to have friends, you know. So I think sometimes my nonchalant attitude doesn't match with other people, you know. Just ask Daz. Alan Ward, I'm planning a month holiday in Thailand next year in March. I'm not sure where yet, but it will be in Bangkok. I think most people fly into Bangkok. Oh, I'm way behind. Mr. Mitch. I used to keep a low profile, but I laid down and got taller. I will tell you this, that, and it's the first time this has happened, that I knew he was really sincere about it was, hang on a second. I got to delete a comment. Hang on. Okay, well, my friend Klaus and too, like he couldn't even relax on his porch because people were coming by and wanting to say hello. I think he enjoys it to an extent, but it became overbearing to him, and he just wanted to take a nap. So he asked me, "I don't want to be in the videos no more." And I told him, I said, "Okay, well, it's no problem. I mean, I'm not going to come to your house with a camera out of respect, But if you're around me, and I can't do anything about the old videos," he goes, "I understand that." And I apologize. I said, it's just, and he goes, he wasn't expecting that. So, I backed up, but there's been many a times, hey, I'm over here videoing. He's like, "Oh, it's okay," or, "Hey, I want to go eat with you." I'm like, "Well, I'm going to be showing some video. It's okay." So, I mean, every now and then, but he asked me not to do it anymore. And out of respect, I did. I stopped doing it. But he likes it when they bring him gifts. Mr. Mitch says the statistics have shown that when I'm in someone's video, the subscriber count goes down. Every time I make a video, my subscriber count goes down anyway. So you're okay, Mitch. But I can blame it on you, though. Michael Nomura. Besides the giant cockroaches and mosquitoes, what other pest have you encountered other than snakes you caught at your mom's? Not really. I mean, the mosquitoes are a pain in the butt. Flies, but there's flies everywhere in the world. The aggressive dogs, I guess, the pack dogs. But as far as like little creatures, there's these little bugs called Malang Mao. I don't know what it is in English, but they come out of the river certain times and they fly around. But it only happens at night. I think the biggest problem for me is flies. I'm reading. Everybody's chatting. I'm going to be bailing here pretty soon. I got to get to Nakhon Phanom. They're having their Lai Rua 5 festival, and it's going to get crowded. Well, probably already is. Frank Klosterman. Chuck, I just got home. My wife had a pacemaker installed today. Doing fine. Please get LED lights front and back for the e-bike. Folding pedals helps with the smaller silhouette. I have LED lights on. It came with LED lights on there. I thought I showed that. I didn't turn them on, but the back reflector under the luggage rack is a really cool flashing LED light, and the front has a very bright LED. I think all of my bikes have lights. Like I wouldn't travel around without them. Yeah, I got that problem too, Mitch. Everybody wants to buy you a beer. Your green screen is in point tonight, Chuck. You must have a decent lighting. The StreamYard has a better setup than my editing program for green screens, unfortunately, but it does have a better setup, and I can change the screens at random, which is good. I don't have a proper tool for my editing program. I haven't figured it out yet, I'll say, but I like this one. Mitch says, I exclusively buy everything from China, and it's still cheaper than buying Chinese stuff in America. You know, there is actually a different quality of Chinese products. There's a different level of quality. I've had no problem. Well, a couple of problems. Depends on what you get, but like these glasses came from China. I kept buying the expensive ones here in Thailand, and I would just set them down and they would scratch. I'm not really easy with things, but these, here's something funny. Hang on. I'll show you. Well, I won't show you. I bought a 3-pack. Actually, when we were on our cruise on the ship, I ordered them from Lazada. I said, I'm going to get these so I can get them when I get home, because I'm going to get 3 more. And instead of them being a 200, they were negative 200s. And I was like, holy crap. So it looks like I got 3 extra frames because the glasses won't work. So I said, well, let me get 2 of these. And I got it yesterday, but it was only 1. So, like, okay, well, I got 1 at least. It takes a little bit of time to get stuff from China, but sometimes the quality is better on certain things. As far as the e-bikes and stuff, I think that they're way ahead of a lot of people when it comes to that stuff. My e-bike batteries, the lithium-ion batteries, which are the same batteries that they have on everything, on the lithium batteries. I mean, on a mountain bike going 50 kilometers an hour over rough roads in Thailand, that's not exploded yet. But I still have the original battery. Well, we still have 173. Looks like it's dropping off. I've been online for almost 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm going to cut it short because I've got stuff that I have to do today for Mom, because we're leaving again real soon. So I only have a couple of days to prepare. And we just got back from somewhere else, and the videos coming up, you guys will see. Our next videos are taking the mafias to Jantapuri. They want to go to the ocean. So I got to stop taking them there because it takes 4 days to do that trip. And I think they get burned out like after the second day, like they get a little wheezy. So I told them that my next trip with them is going to be Ubon, because this place has got a nice hotel that we stay at in the mall, and outside is a beautiful big market and a beer garden. And I think it would just do a 1-day trip, and they would be very happy with that. All right, guys, I'm going to end the live stream. So sorry, I know you guys are talking in the comment section amongst each other. You'll have to send each other chats in the comment. Ubon in December. I don't know, Daz. December is kind of tight with us but maybe we have the Christmas thing for the kids, and Christmas thing here. But that's of course at the end of the month. So. But we're probably going to do Ubon before December. I don't know. Where were we at? In October? Maybe it'll be December. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. I do appreciate my subscribers. For whatever reason, I wish I could get the other 55% of the people to subscribe. It would really, it would help the channel grow even more, I think, if we could get you guys to do that. And if you got time, check out the members only videos. Really enjoying that part of the channel. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's video is with Mom and the Mafias doing a little trip. But I got my mom a couple of housekeepers. Anyway, we'll see you on tomorrow's video, guys. I appreciate everything. Bye.